Hey guys, before we get into today's episode, I want to share with you about something I am hugely excited to announce, and that is the upcoming launch of the newest and best group coaching program that has ever come out of Overcoming Graduation called Master Your Day. This program is going to be a 3-month group coaching program focused on helping you not just achieve your goals, but to create enjoyable days, moments, and experiences on the way to those goals. As I've spent the past few years studying, researching, reading about, watching videos about creating a dream life, I've realized it is not the creation of, this massive thing comes together and that one big goal and then life becomes good afterwards as a result. It is a conscious creation day to day, moment to moment. So some of the questions I started to ask were, how do we do that? How do we create a dream day? How do we create a dream life? And how do we start to build the habits and the routines in those days so that we can have consistency in saying, I know I'm working towards my goals, I'm connecting with the people that are important, I'm taking care of my body, and I am getting things done. This program is all about that. We're going to go deep into mindset, identities, and values, and how our identity shapes the way we show up in the world. Then we'll dive into goal setting, the most effective goal setting tips, tactics, tools, and strategies I have ever found to help you get clear on what you want and what your empowering why is. There are so many things that people will say about, set the right goal, it'll take you here. But if you don't have an empowering why underlying that, why are you doing this? Something you can check in with when things get really hard. That will be one of your biggest downfalls. It's something I've experienced. It's something I've seen. And when I have that why behind it, it changes the game. So that why discovery session is going to be one of the first and most important parts of this program. We're then going to go into habits because now we've got our why, we've got our values, we've got our goals, we've mapped out how we want to be pursuing these things, but how do we actually get rid of the bad habits and maintain the good ones? And not only maintain them, how do we implement new good ones? And how do we enhance them over time? Because the next section talks about efficiency and effectiveness. So now we've got our habits and routines. Now we've got our values. We're clear on our why, but how do we get better and better at doing the things that lift us up, make us most productive, and help us share our gift with the world? And the best part is you won't be doing this alone. You'll have me as the coach and guide leading you through this process, but you will also be surrounded by a group of incredible individuals who are doing the same work, who are working on the same things, and want to share that journey with you. They're going to support you. You're going to support them. You'll be connected. And the whole way through, we're going to make sure that you're taking steps toward your goals. You're dreaming bigger. You're acting bigger than you ever have. And you are demonstrating to yourself that the person that you have always wanted to be has been waiting there inside for you to unveil. That's what this program's about. I want to help you, and I want to get on a call with you to tell you more details to see if this program is the right fit for you. So if this program sounds like it's interesting, if this sounds like something you need and want in your life right now, I want you to contact me at brian@overcominggraduation.com. That's BRIAN at overcominggraduation.com. When you contact me, you can either send me a message on social media, you can shoot me an email and say, I'm in, I want to know more about Master Your Day. I will send you a link to set up a 30-minute video call with me. We'll talk through the program. We'll see if it's right for you. And if it is, we'll talk about everything you need to do to get on board and start transforming your life starting that first day. So remember, it starts July 17th, 2019. If you're interested, don't wait. Most people hesitate. Most people think too much. Most people go, maybe I could, or, we'll see, or, I don't know. Don't hesitate. Don't flip-flop. Don't waffle. This is the moment in the day. If this sounds right for you and this resonates with you, send me the message and we will get that call scheduled straight away so we can see if this program is right for you. Now, guys, I love you all. I'm so excited to share this episode with you today. So let's get into today's episode of the Overcoming Graduation podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Overcoming Graduation with Brian Drury, a show where I work to teach you everything I wished I'd known about habits and mindset to help you create your dream life today. Today is another installment of The Morning Commute, where I take my ride to work in the morning to share a short but powerful message with you to help you kick your day off on the right foot. And today's message is this: negotiating with yourself. The alarm goes off. I get up right away. Already different than a lot of mornings I would have had in my life.
I go over, I snooze the song that I have playing. I turn on one light and the other. Then I get down to do my morning planks. I feel groggy. I feel sore. I'm feeling the results of all my workouts throughout the week, a couple of intense ones. Body's feeling worn down. Don't feel like doing it. But I said, just get started in the planks. So I get into my planks. And I know a few steps down my morning routine is the ice cold shower. And already that negotiation starts. Already that voice comes up. It's first thing in the morning. It's cold in the room. Body's tired and sore. Hey man, yeah, you can do your planks and the other stuff you do in the morning, but let's take it easy. Like, you really need a break. You've earned it. I mean, think about it. Recovery is important, right? You always say that recovery is important, so you don't want to go against that. I'm doing my planks. You know, man, I mean, maybe you should just not do any physical activity. Yeah, you plan to do 20 minutes this morning, but let's just rest. Your body clearly needs rest. So I'm doing my planks. And there's a reason I put on something motivational during my planks. It's because a lot of times it's not just negotiating with that voice. It's not just negotiating about the ice cold shower. It's about negotiating about how my mind is going to run the day. Not how my mind is going to do its own thing, how I'm going to actively control the way I view the world, and then the way I show up in the world and the way I choose to act in the world. So I do my planks. I read my identity statement. I do self-love mirror work, which is a new thing I've added in just the past couple weeks. I say prayers for people. I have a couple names written up on my board of people I know that need some prayers right now, and I pray for them. My mind still feels weak. My mind still feels tired. I don't feel like doing it. The negotiator keeps going. Listen, man, you could skip it this morning. You could jump back in bed. It was so warm. You've got that great comforter with the weighted blanket on top that creeps the pressure down and feels so cozy and warm. You could just get back in for another 30, 40. I mean, dude, it's like an hour and a half before you would need to leave for work. You could dive back in. But I keep going. I go downstairs, brush my teeth, put in my contacts. Then I go into the kitchen. I turn on the tea kettle, get the water hot, the electric tea kettle, so that it's ready to go later. Grab the pull-up bar from outside on the patio. Do 12 pull-ups. My biceps, and in particular my triceps today, so sore that I'm feeling it. I'm feeling my triceps during my pull-ups. Hey man, you don't have to do your 12 reps. Or break it up into sets. But I keep going. I do 12. I do 12 every morning. No reason to make today any different. Then I bring my pull-up bar outside, and where I set my pull-up bar is on a dip rack. And once I get out to that dip rack, I do 12 dips. Now there, my triceps are really feeling it because they're already burning. They're already feeling heavy and stiff and feels like lactic acid buildup. I feel all that, but I said I do 12 every morning. So I do my 12. Take 3 deep breaths. Deep breaths, because that's my first time being outside every morning. The air is fresh, it's crisp, it's clean, it's quiet. That's my time. Then it's time for my exercise. And the negotiator says, listen, man, you don't have to do this. You can rest. Be comfortable. Take a break, man. Think how nice it'll feel. You can just sit down and have your cup of tea. Just go ahead. But I said, you know what? I do need rest. But I also want my physical activity because I know it will help my body. There's recovery. There's active recovery. I want to be active. So rather than take the 20 minutes off, I'm going to do a 20-minute walk listening to my audiobook. Because for me, the important thing is having dedicated movement every day. 20 minutes. 20 minutes that I block out. There's no day that I can't create 20 minutes to be physically active. Don't get me wrong. I do miss days. I do, absolutely. The goal is 7 days a week, and generally I hit that. But there are lots of times where it's 5, 6 days, which is still great. But I'm working to set my standards higher. If you heard the episode from a couple months back, set a high-low bar. I want my low bar to be my highest bar from years ago. I want years ago me to go, really? That's what you're doing now? That's your normal? That's your morning routine? Years ago me didn't have a morning routine because he didn't have time for a morning routine because he didn't get up in the mornings. So I go do my walk. Deep breaths. I'm looking around. I get to see the moon still out. It's early enough. Because I got up at 5:19 to start all this. I'm generally out by my workout 6:15, 6 to 18, I think, this morning. So then I got my 20 minutes of working of physical activity. I go through it. Get to see the sunrise. I get to see these incredible colors in the sky. Get to take some deep breaths. Go see the Back Bay and the bluffs. Be outside in nature for a minute and listening to David Goggins' story, Can't Hurt Me. Continuing with my motivation, my audiobook. In his book, he talks about callousing your mind. And that the days that you don't want to do it are the days that are most important to do it. The things that you don't want to do, but you know you would need to in order to get where you want to go, those are the things that you need to tackle daily. That we need to do difficult shit daily so that our emotions don't run the show. Our emotional state doesn't dictate how we show up in the world. Our emotional state doesn't dictate who we show up as a person. We go, I was just really off, and that's why I did this or I did that. We hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we push ourselves through crazy shit. We do things that are difficult so that when the difficult emotions, the difficult situations, the intense emotional situations arise, we know that our default immediate knee-jerk response or our old ways of behaving or what our emotions want us to do are not what needs to be the response. That we can choose the response in every situation. We choose how we show up, and the more we train, it's something he talks about in the book. In the military, they have a saying, you don't rise to the level of your expectations, you fall to the level of your training. A lot of people go, well, I'm not in the military. Well, good. But here's the deal. Life is going to throw shit at you. Life is going to throw crazy things. Life is going to throw challenges. Life is going to throw unforeseen circumstances. Life is going to throw illness or someone passing that you didn't expect it, or crazy shit, or an injury, or God knows what. And when you wait for the moment to arrive that you need the training to get started, all right, man, now you're starting from square one. But if you've done the work to train your mind, body, spirit, your emotions to serve you, when the shit really hits the fan, you're going to be in the best possible state. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You may not even handle it that well based off your estimation, but it will be better than it would have been. I'm coming back from my walk. Next step, ice cold shower. The negotiator's going, come on, Brian, please, we don't have to do it. We don't have to get in the ice cold water first thing in the morning. You did it the past couple days. You know, I know you missed a couple last week, but like, dude, you've been good this week. I think it was every day. You know what? You don't have to, like 3 in a row or 2 in a row, whatever it was. That's good, right? Like, let's rest. Like, think about it. All right, now, here you go, Brian. Here you go. The warm water is going to be better for your sore muscles. I'm telling you, dude. Like, right? Like, you know, like a hot tub. Think about it. It's like you go in, the muscles can loosen up. This is going to be better for you. I'm just trying to think about what's best for you. That negotiator doesn't stop. That negotiator knows your weak points. That negotiator knows what persuades you the best. That negotiator knows your old identities and will try to convince you that you are those things. Nah, man, you said you were this. You're not a morning person. You don't do that stuff. You're not going to achieve this. Like, we've said in the past, I know, I get it. You get all hyped up, you watch a movie, whatever. But, like, this is really who you are. So just don't do it. That negative negotiator is sitting there at all times. You don't have to pay attention, but how often do we? How often do we act like the negative negotiator is the truth in our life? And we say, well, yep, he's right. There he is. Yeah, he said it. The negative negotiator wants you to not just stay comfortable, but in many ways stay miserable. You might not use the word miserable to describe your state, but unfulfilled, unhappy, disconnected, playing the victim, it shows up in a whole variety of manifestations. We don't have to do that to ourselves. And we can choose to callous our mind, like David Goggins says. Because I'm used to getting calluses in the gym. That's something that I have done for years. Now here's the interesting underlying thing. Although I've gone to the gym for years and worked out consistently for most of my adult life, that doesn't mean I was always pushing it or creating callus. Sometimes I was just going through the motions. But I also heard Jocko Willink this morning on a different motivational track say, some days I do just go through the motions, but I still go through the motions. And that's the big thing. Doing the work when you don't want to do the work is often one of the greatest definers and the greatest, that's where you really shift an identity. So I get home, I get into the bathroom, strip down, and I want you to just picture that right now. Imagine getting into your bathroom, stripping butt naked, first thing in the morning, turning the shower handle as cold as it can possibly go, and then not turning it on and getting in, but standing under the shower head and turning it on so that you get hit with the cold water immediately, because the coldest stuff is going to come out right off the bat. So, just picture that. And that's what the negotiator, now the negotiator has a film reel, and he's playing all these like really cold, miserable scenes. He's like, look at that, look at how awful that looks. You've done this before, come on, it's not fun. And then, let's think about your coldest ice cold showers. Let's think about New Jersey in the dead of winter when it's 10 degrees outside and the water's coming from a well in the deep down in the earth, so it's freezing cold, like numbingly cold. Let's think about that time you did that ice cold shower in Iceland because you committed to do it every single day for 30 days or whatever the period was, and you had a layover in Iceland on the way back from a work trip, and you said, I'm going to do it. And that comes from deep, deep wells and was even colder. He goes, you don't want to go through that again. Listen, I care about you. I'm just trying to keep you safe. I don't want you to get hurt. This isn't about fear. This is just, I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to feel bad. And I get in the shower. Listen, man, you don't have to do this. I turn the shower head or the nozzle as cold as it'll go. Listen, man, come on. You still have a chance. You still have a chance. You could just turn it all the way to the other end, nice and hot, get it to that perfect temperature, and just relax. I said, I want to callous my mind today. He said, you don't have to. I said, I'm going to callous my mind today. And he said, you don't have to. I said, I want to. He said, but you don't have to. But he already knew I was about to do it. Thought of Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Used her 5-second rule. Boom. But the beauty was I didn't even need to get to 5 seconds. I knew that as soon as I got in there and turned the handle to cold, I was about to do this. As soon as it started, the brain went, oh, geez, you did. Okay. That's literally it. Because I've been doing this for years now. And it was that moment of, and I'm like, well, you're already started, dude. Like, you're in. Like, let's go. 3 to 5 minutes. Just stay in the water, stay in the shower, do your shower. And I felt good. And when I turned off the water, I was like, you just took a step today, dude. Because even on the days when I'm excited about it, there's still a piece of me that doesn't want to do it. And there's going to be days I mess up. There's going to be days I don't feel strong. There's going to be days that I don't feel good. And today is one of them. I still feel tired right now after doing all that. All that shit in the morning. Still feel tired. Even had like almost a full glass of black tea or a cup of black tea. I'm still feeling it, guys. But Where I am now versus where I would have been had I not done these things is two very different things. And today I made one more deposit into that mental callous mindset. I made one more deposit into I deserve to treat myself right. I made one more mental deposit into I can do things that I don't want to, and I can overcome the fears and the doubts, and I can do the things that I don't want to but need to in order to create the life that I want to and the reality that I want to and the internal state that I want to. It started with the alarm today. It started with that first thing, the negotiator. As soon as the alarm went off, dude, it's cold, it's tired, you can't even see, you don't have your glasses on yet. Come on, man, just lie back down. I said, no, lights on. Dude, you don't have to do the planks. Listen, feel your biceps right now. They are freaking exhausted, or your triceps. They're exhausted. You don't have to do your forearm planks today. And I said, I just want to engage my triceps. Dude, you don't have to do the full 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I did 3:40 or 3:45. All right, you're good. Get back in bed. Read my identity statement. Do my mirror work. It's like the reason I'm creating this routine is I don't have to think even on days like this because I know I'm ingraining that routine so deeply that it's there. I even forgot hydration. I hydrate after reading my identity statement, 20 ounces of water. And it's like, so I spend that morning caring for myself, sending love out to people, praying for people, getting myself queued up so I can be at my best for the day. The negative negotiator doesn't want you to be at your best because he wants you to stay stuck. And you can recognize that that's just him doing his job. That the negative negotiator, that's what he's there for. He's there to keep you limited. He's there to keep you feeling small. He's there to keep you stuck repeating the same old bad habits and bad loops. He's there to, quote unquote, protect you from your ambition, from your dreams, from your goals. Oh, I don't want you to get hurt. But he also doesn't want you to play the game or play big or play play at the life that you want to live. Play the game the way that you want to live it. Those negative voices are there thinking that they're trying to protect you. Think about how many times that negative voice said to me this morning, I just want you to be safe. I don't want you to hurt. I don't want you to have to go through this. I don't want you to... And then that deeper wisdom. That deeper wisdom isn't negotiating or manipulating. That deeper, clear, confident voice is not trying to trick or convince me. It's inviting me. It's creating the opportunity. It's opening the door and saying, listen, man, you know you can. And here's the opportunity to show you that to yourself. I'm not going to make you do it. You wouldn't appreciate it if I did. But I'm showing you that this is the way towards your strength, towards your salvation, towards your love, towards your impact, towards you creating what you want to in this world. I'm here. I'll always give you the advice, but I'm not going to try and trick and wheedle and persuade you. I need you to come meet me. That's your greater knowing. That's your intuition. That's God. That's the universe. That's whatever word you want to put to it. That's that deeper self. That's that strongest version of you reaching out going, listen, man, I'm here and I'm ready to just let's take this life by storm, but I need you to come with me. I need you to meet me in the gym. I need you to meet me at the computer keyboard to start typing that book. I need you to meet me at the office to get that work done and work on that project in a way you never have. I need you to meet me there so we can do the work. Because your current reality and your current state is a result of where you've been, not where you're going or what you're capable of. We don't need to let where we've been define our current state, current reality. Today can be a new opportunity every single day to callous the mind, to grow stronger. And, guys, it's not always about sleep deprivation. I got 8 hours of sleep last night. I didn't sleep well. I woke up twice throughout the night. So every day, something my friend Sandy reminded me of is not who you are. It's that everything we get is feedback. So my feedback is, all right, I ate a lot more than I normally would at night, so I had more digesting, so that may have impacted it. I was scrolling through my phone right before I went to bed. I know that's not a good habit. And those are things that I know I can change tonight to help me sleep better, deeper, more soundly, have better energy in the morning. So we can do things to set ourselves up to reduce the resistance that we face. But the resistance will be there in some form or another, and some days it's going to be a lot bigger than others. Today there was a ton, and I took a huge step for my greatness, for my greatest self, and for my greatest service of the world. It might seem dramatic or like I'm overstating, but when we take these small things and build them up over time, incredible things can happen. So to wrap up today, where is the negative negotiator taking control? Where is the negative negotiator persuading you of your limitations? Where is the negative negotiator fighting for your weakness, fighting for your doubts, fighting for your limitations, fighting to prove you right about being less than? And what is that deeper voice saying? Because the negative negotiator yells, screams, he flips out, he gets quiet, he cries, he does everything he could. He's all over. He's waving things. He's got sparklers. Why is he holding sparklers? He's trying to get your attention. The quiet, deeper voice doesn't need to get your attention. It doesn't need your validation. It doesn't need you to listen to it. It wants you to. But it's going to keep being it no matter what. So pick one area in your life, one thing, where that negative negotiator has been convincing you every single time. Think right now, what's the deeper voice saying? The voice that sees your greatness and your limitless potential and your joy and your abundance, your happiness, your gratitude. And what's it telling you is the one piece of work you need to do today to take a step. Not get it done, take a step. What is that step? And can you write that down and take it today? Because when you do, the negative negotiator starts to realize that he doesn't run the show anymore. And the more that you connect with and talk to that deep knowing voice, that voice is going to get louder, clearer, more confident, because you're actually paying attention to it. Let's let that deep wisdom guide this day. I love you all. I want to thank you for listening today and for being a part of this. And if you listen to the show regularly, you can hear that there's tiredness in my voice. I feel tired as hell right now. But also because I did that morning routine, I was able to record this. I was able to be here for you guys. That's important to me. So we can say it's important and put the action behind it, or we can just say it and it becomes empty words. The whole quote my coach Peter Scott taught me. Show me your calendar, I'll show you your priorities. You tell me it's important to you. Show me your calendar, show me your actions. Today, I demonstrated to myself, most importantly, of how important these things are, taking care of myself and giving. Because of that, I'm able to give more. So keep that in mind. And as I always wrap these episodes up, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. If you have not already, and if you'd like to reach out to me directly, give feedback on the show, share some insights, etc. I'm not going to do the full shebang today, guys. Please feel free to reach out to me at brian@overcominggraduation.com. I love you all. Have a fantastic day. Let's let that deep inner wisdom and that deep knowing voice, that connection to God, source, truth, love, light, guide us today. Let's take that action. I love you all. Have a great one. I'll be talking to you again real soon.